Okay. I now call this February 2nd, 2026 meeting into order. I'd like to thank you all for coming. We'll start with the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the Students' Union operates on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Neutral Peoples. This land is part of the Haldimand Tract, which is promised to the Six Nations, and we recognize the enduring presence of Indigenous peoples on this territory. So far, we received no regrets, and I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we are all present. No absences as well. Are there any conflicts of interest to declare at this moment?
For some reason, I can't hear you guys. I'm not sure if it's a mic issue or.
Great, now can you hear me?
Yep, now's good.
All right.
All right, thank
I'll,
you.
I'll just call the vote again. All those opposed, all of those abstaining, and all of those in favor? Dr. Ward? Motion passes 0-0 to 10. Thank you. I'll now proceed to. Okay. I will now proceed to the Laurier's Emergency Management and Fire Safety Officer presentation. Vice Chair Ferguson? Okay, thank you. We shall now proceed to the presentation. Please proceed. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Karen Harrison. I am the Emergency Management Fire Safety Officer for Laurier University. And I was asked to attend by Phil, who I believe is unavailable to attend today. But he said that there was some questions that were brought up by the Students' Union. I do not have a presentation to give. I was just asked to come and answer or field any questions. So that's why I'm here. And actually, Andrew, my manager, is here as well. We just wanted to make sure that we would be able to answer any questions or any concerns coming from the Student Union.
What we can do is provide you a brief summary of what the work is that we do. So every year there's a group of staff that get together, which is made up of a diverse group of people that represent different parts of the university, including the Students' Union. And the goal of this group is to create planning that addresses any safety concerns or the protection of our property, the protection of students, as well as being able to look at any risks to resuming operations as it relates to St. Patrick's Day. And as many of us know, there's a large unsanctioned street party that happens pretty much every year. So again, going back, our group's goal again is to create planning to address any safety risks that could be presented to our buildings, our classes being able to go ahead, or any functions in residence. So reducing injuries, reducing assaults. That's the goal, as well as working with different parties to make sure that we have communications go out from a public safety perspective. So making sure that if students are enjoying any festivities, whatever that may be, that they're enjoying safely and responsibly. So that's more or less the communication piece behind our work. But yeah, with that in mind, if you have any questions for Karen or myself, we'd be glad to answer them.
Are there any questions? Okay. I think, oh, Director Khattab?
Hi, thank you guys for coming with us today. My question was just, I'm not too sure if this is you guys or not, but I've seen it in the past where there'll be kind of students, or I'm assuming they might be staff around like King Street area around the science building, and they'll have like a bunch of water bottles, and I think one year there were Timbits or something, just to make sure that kind of students that may have been drinking or under the influence are sobered up. I'm not sure if that's something under you guys or if that was something completely separate, but I just wanted to double check on that.
That is not under us. I believe that that's a volunteer group that kind of comes out, and I think they also clean up the area. I think I've seen them pick up like garbage and trash like that. I'm not 100% sure, Andrew, you might be able to jump in. I'm not sure which group it is, but I do know it's a volunteer group. But that's not something that we have anything to do with or arrange.
And is there a concern you have with that group, or an idea, or anything you want to kind of get out with them?
I honestly wouldn't say it's a concern. I thought it was a pretty good idea, to say the least. A
Yeah.
lot of like individuals that are kind of out during that time, let's say if they're drinking or if they're maybe under the influence of some sort, it's a good thing to get people, drinking water, eating something. So I just thought if it was under you guys, that was something that was a really good idea, because I saw a lot of people kind of engaging with it. But yeah, that was kind of my little piece on that.
Yeah, I agree. It is definitely a good idea. And some of the scope of the work we do is kind of discuss student engagement. And then again, like from a public safety perspective, understanding that students are going to enjoy themselves, but like to do it responsibly and safely. But yeah, 100% agree with you on that.
Thank you for those comments. Are there any other questions? No?
Is there, like, just to pose a question to the group, is there anything keeping in mind like what we're trying to accomplish and increase safety and ensure students are engaging responsibly? Does anyone around this group have feedback or any ideas that we could take away to help improve our planning? Not to put you on the spot, but
I was just wondering what you guys are already doing to like increase safety, because you said you are like working to do that, but you didn't give like examples of what you're already doing.
Karen, if you want to.
Yeah, for sure. It is a multifunctional group that we have. Like, we have people from communications, Department of Residence, Students Union. So everybody kind of plays their own part, and our role at the safety department is to kind of bring all those different roles together and put it together sort of in a plan. So what we're already doing is our SES officers work very closely with the city police, bylaw, parking, and stuff like that. So some of the things that we do, which we have done for many years now, part of it is like the fencing and stuff like that to keep the students safe, and just to make sure that there's no concerns on certain streets. Reduce parking, again, for visibility for students walking around. If the cars aren't parking on the road, then there's less likely that somebody's going to get hit by accident and stuff like that. The city does do a lot of that planning and just notifies us sort of what their plan is. We also do, we actively have security personnel on site to help with the safety across campus, making sure that only people who are supposed to be in residence are actually in residence, to reduce any sort of conflict or any sort of theft or anything like that. Student Residence does a really good job with our third-party security contractor to make sure that the residence is well covered. We do also initiate controlled and restricted access to certain buildings. Again, more so for vandalism, to reduce vandalism in the past, and just to make it as safe as possible for students that maybe who aren't engaging in the St. St. Patrick's Day festivities, or for anybody from outside the university that maybe has rented space in certain buildings and stuff like that. So it's going on year round. I know it may not, it may not look like that. Communications has a very extensive plan that they put together as far as communicating certain messages out to student groups, and just the community in general. As well, we try and work with other local schools like Waterloo University and Conestoga College, so that the messaging is the same. And to just keep in mind that this is not a sanctioned event by Laurier. This isn't the same as, say, like Homecoming, where it's an event that we are putting on, that we control, that we plan. We are just trying to mitigate any sort of damage or risk or to students and stuff like that, in knowing that the event will take place regardless of kind of what we do. So we're just trying to mitigate, the concerns that we've seen in the past.
I don't know if this is a stupid question, but has Laurier ever considered actually sanctioning St. Patrick's Day? Because students are going to party either way, and it kind of feels like we're trying to stop people from doing something they're going to do, and we could probably honestly profit off of it.
They have tried it and it did not work out well. It was a couple failed attempts, and the fact that, like you say, the students are going to do what they're going to do. They're not going to go to a sanctioned event, and they showed that. I was not on campus during that time. Andrew, I'm not sure if you can speak more to that or not as to what we did. And the city has looked at a lot of different options too, as the city having a sanctioned event like downtown and stuff like that. But those types of things just haven't worked in the past.
Yeah, we brought this idea and we've wanted to take that approach prior. It hasn't been effective. It seems like a very logical and like thing to approach it that way. When I first started doing this work here, that was my first comment as well. So that makes complete sense to me. The last time I believe there was anything sanctioned, again, it didn't stop the after hours partying or the partying that goes into the streets. So, and mainly when it was at Ezra, tens of thousands of people, many different assaults, property damage, damaged cars, a lot of injuries, a lot of sexual assaults, all of these things. It's been very challenging. But we haven't been able to successfully create an a sanctioned party. There's also many unsanctioned gatherings being organized by people outside of Laurier that we have very little control over. We don't have control over the city streets as well. And then to kind of just build on what we were saying, what Karen was saying about planning, a lot of this isn't about supporting or giving Laurier students a platform and opportunity to celebrate safely. We definitely want to do that. Unfortunately, there are a lot of individuals who aren't even students or students from other schools coming in and making that much more challenging, which is kind of what we have to face and what we have to balance as we do our planning.
Thank you. That was actually a good question. If there are any other comments from the directors? No? Okay, thank you. I think that when we wanted you guys to come in, it was because we were curious about the safety precautions that you'd be taking when St. Patrick's happens, because it is a bit of a wild time. Thank you for those comments. When it comes to any suggestions, I don't think my directors have any at the moment, unless you guys have anything you want to add to that? No? Okay. So I'll have to call it an end here. But if my directors have any suggestions, we'll make sure to forward them to you, either through Phil or Ian. And thank you for honoring our invite and coming here today. Have a great one. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. All right then. We'll proceed to meeting minutes approval. Can I have a motion on the Board of Directors approve the meeting minutes from the January 19th meeting? Motion by Director Murphy, seconded by Vice Chair Ferguson. Is there any other comments on the matter? No, then let's proceed to voting. All of those opposed, all of those abstaining, and all of those in favor? Thank you. Motion passes 0-0 to 10. Proceeding to comments from the chair. Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing? Good, good. Yeah, 11:30 is such a great time for all of us, right? Yes, it's an amazing time. Thank you all for coming today. And I don't really have a lot of comments for you guys, so I hope your weekend went well. Thank you all for coming. I apologize for being late. I promised I wouldn't be, but I am. So my sincerest apologies. And with that, comments from President.
Hi guys, nice to see you again. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a while because I missed the last one. So nice to see all your beautiful faces again. Don't have too many updates from today. Also, as mentioned, Phil sends his regrets. He's at an eye appointment, so let's hope he's got that good vision still. Yeah, I'm excited to welcome and congratulate our president-elect, Jessica Lee, who was recently acclaimed to her position as of last week at our annual meeting. So congratulations to her. Also, congratulations to you who are returning in your board positions for next year. And congratulations also to all those who were acclaimed to their positions, faculty association, board, senate, etc. Very exciting time to see all the people who are going to replace us next year. Isn't that right? But yeah, very excited to help with transition for Jessica. She's a current associate vice president with the organization, doing volunteer operations here in Waterloo. She's also been a volunteer since her first year. She's a dear friend of mine, so very excited to see all she does in the coming year, and happy to help her where I can. In the midst of student exec transition, VP applications were closed as of last week, Friday at 12 p.m. So we are now currently proceeding with the VP application hiring process, which is also very exciting, again, to see who all will be the ones to take the reins come May 1st. So excited to help Jessica begin to formulate her team a little bit. In the interest of personal projects, our student consultation promotion and launch is going up today. So the work that myself and my Vice President Government Stakeholder Relations, Shayok, are doing to get some intake on what people's opinions, perceptions, etc. of the Students Union are, is finally going live. It's something that we've been working hard on and something that we will continue to work on once the survey goes live, because following the survey will be in-person consultations both on the Brantford and Waterloo campuses to again get further information on what students believe we do, how they perceive our organization, and what gaps we can fill for them. So yeah, please encourage your friends to fill that survey out. The more people we get to fill it out, the better for us. And then speaking of myself and Shayok, the two of us, along with his two associate vice presidents, will be in Ottawa next week from Monday to Wednesday for Federal Advocacy Week. So it's an opportunity for us to meet with members of Parliament and advocate for students on a federal level. We're all very excited for it. It's the first time that Student Exec have been able to go to Federal Advocacy Week for the first time in a couple of years. So it's a really exciting opportunity for us to, again, continue to extend out our advocacy efforts, something that has been a large focus for the two of us this year. And excited to follow up 2 weeks from now to tell you how it went. But yeah, that's all for me.
Thank you, President Joby. Are there any questions for President Joby at this time? No. Okay, thank you. Have fun in Ottawa. Thank you. And extend our congratulations to Jessica and all of the other candidates as well. So thank you. Okay, proceeding to comments from Phil, but he's not here. So Ian, are you taking over?
I think anything that Phil had was encapsulated in Ryan's comments.
Okay, perfect then. In that case, we'll just proceed to the Brantford Director recruitment. Now is it you?
Sure. So we finished our elections period, still down one candidate for the Brantford spot on our board of directors. So just wanted to flag this for all of you to wonder if there's an opportunity maybe to do some type of ownership linkage activity in Brantford to kind of promote the opportunity, and then also to set a deadline for a a board level election, likely probably sometime I would recommend maybe in early March or something along those lines, but I feel like it might be worth doing some kind of targeted recruitment or some type of ownership linkage event in Brantford to kind of get awareness of the opportunity, given that the last kind of couple cycles, we haven't been able to produce a lot of interest. So just put that on for your discussion and how you want to proceed with that.
Thank you. I guess we can do that. I don't know. When we do booth in Brantford, we do get some sort of attention from the directors, from students there that do want to understand board processes more. I think some targeted recruitment there is not necessarily bad. So I'll pass this on to the OLC and ask that we have a booth sometime in February, and so we can like proceed with that. Dr. Anas is okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, that sounds good. And so I guess we can move the Brantford recruitment election to a date in March. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
we can wait and hear back from the Ontario, the Ownership Linkage Committee, and then maybe move to set a formal date at our next meeting, if that works.
Sounds good. Okay. Do I have to motion that? No? Okay, perfect.
No, that's okay.
Okay. And then we can proceed on to the next item on the agenda, which is the Direct Inspection Committee election. Wait, I forgot. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay, so the DIC election is for Global Processes 2K and Board Management Delegation 2C. So GP 2K and BMD 2C. Do I have any nominations? Crickets. Yes, so the Direct Inspection Committee meets to discuss like certain policies. So this time it's for the GP2K and BMD2C. So they're annual policies that we have a review on on a schedule of every 4 years. So this year it's this policy. And so you just meet to discuss that. So you read it and then you see if the union is compliant with those policies, and then you write a report, and that's it. Dr. Murphy, do you nominate yourself?
I don't have to look up my allergy.
If you you haven't served on a day. Vice Chair Ferguson?
Yeah, I'd like to nominate Director Murphy, Director Rutherford, and Director Bilodeau.
Dr. Who and who? Sorry?
Director Murphy, Director Rutherford, and Director Bilodeau.
I don't think you can do it all at the same time, but you know what? Do you guys stand? Dr. Murphy? Dr. Rutherford? Dr. Bilodeau?
No.
It's a very shy crew, eh?
I'd like to nominate Vice Chair Ferguson.
Vice Chair Ferguson, do you stand?
Sure.
Thank you. We have one nomination. Are there any other nominations? So that's a yes.
I'd like to nominate Director Zhao.
Dr. Anas, do you stand? Yes. Okay. Thank you. All right, then can I have a motion that the Board of Directors appoints Vice Chair Ferguson and Director Anas, including the chair, Director Khattab?
Motioning. Like you said, can I have a motion? And so I put my hand
Oh.
up for that.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
It's
one second.
okay.
One second. Let me just redo that again. Okay. So can I have a motion on the Board of Directors appoints Vice Chair Ferguson, Director Anas, and Chair Haptamichael to the Direct Inspection Committee for Global Processes 2K and Board Management Delegations 2C. Motion by Director Khattab, seconded by Vice Chair Ferguson. Is there any discussion on the matter? No, then we shall proceed to voting. All of those opposed, all of those abstaining, and all of those in favor? Director Anas, okay. Motion passes 0-0 to 10. Thank you. All right. And with that, I don't have any other announcements. Dr. Khattab, Dr. Ward, any comments, concerns? No, okay, are there any other comments from the board at this moment? No, okay, then we can proceed to adjournment. And I have a motion of the board of directors adjourn the meeting. Motion by Dr. O'Leary, seconded by Dr. Rutherford. Sorry, you had your hand up, okay. Is there any discussion on the matter? No, then we proceed to voting. All of those opposed, all of those abstaining, and all of those in favor? Motion passed. Dr. Ward?